Fun to hear from a local named Tashmin Tasti, who is just so dedicated to surfing globally, but especially all the next generation surfers here in South Africa.
There's so many, Joe. I mean, it's definitely led me on the path I'm on today with the career that we see, and the women are ripping. Here goes Isabella.
Isabella Nichols versus M.Picklum, all Australian battle here, and catching her board again was Isabella. Little bobble off the top, but gosh, she's got a racetrack section spinning behind her as she drills it off the top. Nice patience from Nichols, and beautiful rail line again on that arcing turn. Loading up off the bottom, hits the lip line well. Pushing into a wrapping cutback. And now world number 4 into a fun section to throw down the top turn and attack the lip again. Oh, and she stumbles after a very demanding 300-yard ride. See it from the takeoff again, Jesse.
Yeah, beautiful wave selection from her. I love how she extends, and she's very calm throughout the wave. Makes sure the amplitude of the turn is there. She catches the judge's attention. Loses a little bit of the front foot on that wave and kind of set herself badly for that barrel section. So she had to kind of go around it and regroup the composure. Right here, the wave slows itself down again. Opens up. Gets critical once again. Great read through that section. Very easy to get caught behind. And then that's when the leg starts to burn. You can see it, the energy, it's not there yet. No, not there anymore, sorry. And then right there, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna finish this. The attention is not there and gets caught that outside rail. But those drawn out carves are very beautiful. Look at the technique. Foot placement is perfect. Generating speed throughout the turn helps her a lot.
And Molly knows that she's got a big supporter anytime she needs it on the road. Molly scratches into this one, looking to answer back. Throws down a nice clean sweep into the pocket. Breaks on her back, and she's over it. So a slow start continues. Isabella Nichols, world number 4 now, moving up a spot on the rankings after she eliminated Betty Lou. Will now set that rail. Nice clean sweep to start. The Bells champ now starting to run off the bottom. Nice connection there. Bottom drops out. That's going to put her behind. Another section pushing her away, and that she might miss this end wall. Still hanging in there. Nichols not giving up, but just in time to kick out. Last couple, she's kicked out immediately. We'll watch Isabella again here, Rosie.
Yeah, so this is, you know, with that priority that Molly is just kind of handed over to her, she really just attacks that one, gets a little bit caught behind, and she has the tenacity to stick with it and try and get around the section, and she so very nearly does. And then the wave closes out on her. So sticks with that wave, just the one hit out the outside. And
in Molly's defense, like, she took off on 2 waves and kicked out a little bit early than probably a lot of them would have. But she did a good job because I kind of pay attention.
I can't fault the way that she went for it on that first maneuver, though. Here goes Molly.
World number 1 coming into this one with a ton of speed. And she'll just put that speed back into the pocket. Another wave that she doesn't want to commit to.
Backhand at Chopu. And then you have someone like Caroline Marks that was very successful there before. It's a lot of pressure adding up for, you know, those last spots.
M.Picklum driving into a beautiful carve using a ton of open face. Setup turn to follow the first major. And now the surfer from Terrigal will just get clipped. Now she's got to adjust in this heat because things aren't going her way just yet.
Well, first indications on this wave, you're like, here she goes. She's winding up. This is going to be it. That first beautiful maneuver sets up so nicely. This wave kind of slacks off on her, and she has to regather speed down the line. You're thinking, okay, she's going to do the double hand layback right there, and she wants it, but it's so tricky. I'm just finding that Isabella's finding redemption. You think about their recent head-to-head history as you see the surfer up and riding out the back.
Rolling into this one, M.Picklum has just kicked out of a couple. She fell on her last, but she's got a better wall this time. Off the bottom, beautiful arc there, controlling speed so well. Hits it off the lip line with an air drop, and Molly is feeling it.
and on a big set wave like this, Jesse.
I think the difference in between Molly and the other surfers on the women's side is that she's embracing the speed that she has. You're not going to see her wipe off speed whatsoever. Look how critical that first carve is down the line, and just keeps the speed to finish it off with the massive closeout turn. That wave is way above overhead, and she knows how good that felt. And the fact that Isabella lost priority on the 4.83, didn't capitalize, it's going to sting her.
As we look at that approach from I.Nichols again, famous for throwing huge turns and closeouts. She can do it all day long.
I mean, Molly is just so critical in her approach, and that was just, I mean, that wave barely fits in the screen, so you see the size and the height of it, the way that she's using that rail line, all power through every inch of that maneuver, stays low and compressed, ready to attack that lip right there. So beautiful timing in between. There's no movement in between those maneuvers. Both of them just back to back.
Like, sorry, heels and toes throughout the whole part of the wave, but here looks like Isabella Nichols on a gem of a wave.
Nice cool redirected the pocket for Isabella Nichols. This section's just going to run off for a moment, but she'll lay low. Oh, and it gets clipped. Molly has priority, so she has to be thoughtful about watching Bella turn here. And looks like Molly will commit to it with 3:30 to go. She does have a 3.87 to improve on, and she's got a wall to do it. Adjusting her rail, almost went to the lip line. Nice patience from Picklum. Throws that nice arc, connecting with the white water. Throws more of a down carve to try to get to the bottom of this thing. Nice off the top from Molly. World number 1 loading up for a nice clean carve. It's opening up, and she gets axed by the lip as she ejects there.
She's taking off on this wave. It's well overhead. The trust that she has in this rail line of her surfboard, like you said, Molly is not shying away from going into maneuvers with a lot of speed. She's not going to the fins of her surfboard. She really is relying on that rail, even right there where she gets that kind of tricky section where it's all sudsy. She still pushes as hard as she can. This wave stretching out in front of her. There's that moment though where you're like, oh, is she gonna try and tuck under the hood right here?
That was her hope. She was in track for that, but just the wave was a bit faster than.
Such an awkward place to fall, because you're going with forward momentum. That wave is crushing down. Like, it's hard to penetrate when you're trying to dive in at that angle.
45 seconds. An opportunity for Isabella to turn it. Needs a 6.48. First turn. Pushes hard on that opening carve. That puts her behind. Now still dealing with some white water. Not giving up. Doesn't have a ton of wall to it though, and it's staying really small through the brick section here, and that'll do it for Isabella. Great job finishing with an equal third here in South Africa. Gabrielle O'Brien, the best on tour this year, facing off in pumping conditions here in South Africa. Women's final all set.